Hi, this is Lynn McCool, and I just want to discuss with you the overview of week 7. Hopefully you are well into working on the assignments for this week. I just want to remind you that you should read your textbook chapter 10 as it discusses instructions. Watch the instructions and documentation screencast, as well as a screencast on plain and persuasive styles. I couldn't get it all into one screencast, so it's broken across two different ones. So watch both parts 1 and 2. Make sure that you read assignment 4 instructions and look over the assignment 4 rubric. This is your first team assignment, and you should begin working on this assignment this week. It'll be due during week 8. Activities this week include your revision for assignment 3, that's due at the end of the day on Sunday. Learn SMART assignments, and then you do have a discussion board in which you are asked to revise Klondike instructions. Remember that when you go to upload your revised assignment 3, you should go into this individual assignments folder, click on that, which then should take you to the various assignments within that folder, and you can choose assignment 3. And if you click right there on the proposal for the technical description, that assignment 3 link right there, you can just click on that, and that will take you then, we'll go ahead and click on it, that'll take you to the place where you can upload your assignment, and you just upload it in that same space that you uploaded your first draft of assignment 3. So put your revised draft in the same upload space on Blackboard as you did your first draft. Remember that Blackboard records each time that you upload something, and so I'm able to see what your most recent upload is, and that will be the version of your document that I will grade as your final grade. Okay, now let's talk about the discussion board this week. It's a little bit different than perhaps what you've done before. I give you a set of instructions for the game Klondike, which is also known as solitaire. So you can download the instructions right here. This is the PDF, so just download those. If you want to print them off, you can do that. And then I ask that you take a look at this Google Drive app called Lucid Charts. And so this is a live link here, the link in red. So if you click on that, it'll take you to Lucid Charts. I'll show that to you here in just a minute. And go ahead and just create a username and a password for this app. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, at least not the free version. And I just want you to check this out. It's a nice collaborative tool. I've used it before on collaborative projects with other people, and so it may be something that you'll find helpful with the different team projects that are coming up. So use Lucid Charts to create a set of directions in flowchart form based upon the textual information that you find in the Klondike PDF here. Post your original chart by Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. and then take a look at a couple of other classmates' charts. Before writing your feedback to them, though, test out the visual design and determine how well you were able to play the game based upon their instructions. And then also comment, like, what did you learn about writing instructions, not only from your own experience of trying to do it, but also in the testing of others' instructions. And provide that feedback to your other classmates on things that you saw that they did really well, or areas where you think that perhaps could be improved if they would consider adding or doing something a little bit different. And then, of course, on your own post, just comment on what you learned through this experience. Some of you may be wondering how to find the Lucid Chart app. One way, of course, would be to go to the Google App Store. Another way is you can actually search for it through your Drive. So if you click on New, and there you have your different applications that are associated with Drive, and if you click on More, you can actually do this Connect to More Apps and search for Lucid Chart. Now I already have Lucid Chart in my apps on Google Drive, so I'll go ahead and click on that so you can take a look at it. Okay, because I already have a Lucidchart account, it logged me right in when I was in my Google Drive. For those of you, though, who don't have a Lucidchart account, you'll have one more step than I did, which is to actually create a username and a password and to sign up for free. And again, it doesn't cost anything and it's pretty easy to do. I just used a similar kind of username that I always do at Iowa State and some password that I could remember. Once you're inside of Lucidchart, then you can see that they have a few different templates that you might choose from. I suggest you go ahead and just choose a blank flowchart template, and then once you've selected that, you can click on drawing, and you can see that then it brings you to the chart field and all the different icons and containers and shapes that are there for you to use. Now, if you're not familiar with flowcharting, most of you I think are, but if for some reason you're not familiar with flowcharting, you may want to just do a quick search on Google and just read a little bit about it, because each one of these little flowchart icons actually have a meaning. In other words, they're associated with something. So for example, this shape is associated with a container that would represent stored data, or this one would indicate a delay in the process. These, of course, are brackets. This would indicate an off-page link. So each of these shapes actually means something, and so you don't want to just randomly choose shapes because you think they look pretty, but you would actually want to choose shapes that represent the kinds of ideas that you're trying to map with the flowchart mechanism. And so that's the same thing here with different containers and different ancillary shapes that they provide for you. Okay, I would like to spend just a couple of minutes talking about your assignment 4. Again, this is your first collaborative team assignment, and your instructions for this assignment is that you are going to be creating a set of instructions for a paper airplane. So you can see here with the description that it's due week 8, and you should have a minimum of 5 major steps in your instruction process. You can have any number of minor steps associated with each of those 5 major steps. This covers the W and V components, so written and visual, which means that you should have and should incorporate a number of visuals within this document, not just one visual, but several. It's 5% of your final grade. And chapters 1, 10, and 15 in your Finkelstein text are particularly helpful for completing this project. So while we are finishing up the revision of Proposal 3, and later on when we get ready to rank the proposals, we are taking a break from that technical description project to work on developing instructions and also testing their feasibility. And I talked to quite a few of you in conferences and told you a little bit about this. So not only will you learn 2 additional genres in technical communication, you will gain also valuable knowledge that will help you create your technical description of a mechanism or a process. Learning the guidelines for developing and incorporating visuals, creating effective document design, establishing criteria for evaluation of a potential solution to a problem, and then evaluating a potential solution based on established criteria. So those are some of the learning opportunities that we have in these 2 smaller assignments, and those are building, of course, and getting you ready for assignment 6. So instructions are the quintessential genre of technical communications. Every day we encounter some type of instructions for carrying out a procedure. For example, in a user manual that came with a car or a cell phone. Instructions come on food packaging, on help screens, on ATM machines, guides for furniture assembly, like ones that come with your IKEA furniture and so forth. So for this assignment, you'll create clear instructions for your college peers, so that's your audience, for making and launching paper airplanes. You get to choose the design, and your instructions you should provide verbal or written instructions as well as visual elements, for example, photographs, or you could have line drawings that will help your audience carry out the procedure efficiently and accurately. As you write the instructions, refer to the principles discussed in Chapter 10 as well as the information and the principles and guidelines that I give you in the screencast for this week. You may also refer to Chapter 15 as you're developing your visual elements for your instructions. A brief outline for instructions is provided on page 176 in Figure 10.1, and examples in a checklist occur on page 192. Both of those pages come out of your Finkelstein text, so please follow that outline in your text. Use the checklist to review your work before revising and submitting it. Note that Chapter 10 refers you to Chapter 5. Chapter 5 is a chapter we'll read a little bit later. It's one of those chapters that we look back to every now and then as we're working on both this assignment and the technical description. So if you want to skim over Chapter 5 to get a feel for what they're referencing there in Chapter 10, please feel free to do that. Effective instruction should and will accomplish the following. They will address and deliver instructions according to the skill level of the audience. Now this isn't terribly difficult because your audience has been defined for you, so keep that in mind. Effective instructions define the procedure and describe its purpose. Effective instructions explain any needed theories or principles. They provide an overview of what will happen before telling readers to perform steps. They list steps in chronological order, and I might mention that they actually number those steps. If needed, they provide transition between steps. They provide additional information, for example, warnings, cautions, required equipment and materials. They include visuals that effectively assist readers in understanding the instructions, and they employ usable and appealing document design. Now, when you as a team have finished your instructions and you're ready to upload them to the assignment link, only one person, your team coordinator or your project leader, will be the one to do the upload, and that person can just click on this link and upload the instructions there. And then from there I will grade those instructions, and then I will share my comments on those instructions as well as place the grade in each of the team members' categories on Blackboard. Okay, so only one upload per team is needed. If I have multiple uploads, that's confusing to me because I'm not sure then which version of the project to use. What I mean by multiple, I mean if I have multiple individuals from the team uploading, that's confusing to me. Now if the project leader has a multiple upload in that, he or she uploads one time and then realizes there was a mistake and it's before the deadline and they want to fix it and then upload again, that's okay. But if I have two people from the team who are doing different uploads, that's confusing. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So one person from the team, the project manager or leader, is doing the uploading of the assignment, and then from there I'll grade it and share the grade and the feedback with all of the team members. Okay, that's what we're doing this week in week 7. If you have questions, remember you can contact me and I will be happy to answer them. And if you are in need of any other kind of assistance, again, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thanks. I'll talk to you again soon.